Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirah Batrisyia, Binti Rusmadi, metric number 1242518. Will be presenting about a 30-year homebuyer loan amortization schedule for Amir and Sarah, illustrating how compound interest accumulate during a repayment holiday, and interest-only period and scheduled annual prepayment. Second, I will move into corporate capital budgeting to evaluate two 25-year mutually exclusive Project Seri and Project Bakawali using internal rate of return, net present value and discounted payback period. First, to lay the foundation for question 1, our baseline loan parameter in the spreadsheet are an initial loan principal of 300,000 in cell D3, an effective annual interest rate of 4.5% in cell G3, and a total loan tenure of 13 years or 360 monthly period in cell D4. Cell G5 here, and cell G6 here. Set the introductory structure, a 6-month repayment holiday where no monthly installment are paid, followed by an interest-only servicing phase running through month 36. To determine monthly interest accumulation, we convert the annual effective rate into an effective monthly interest rate in cell G4 using our formula here. Okay, so the purpose of this formula is to decompound the annual interest rate mathematically. A simple division by 12 would overestimate the monthly rate under an effective compounding structure. The term 1 plus G3 here forms an annual growth multiplier of 1.045, raising it to the power of 1 over 12 takes the 12th root to break the annual cycle into 12 compounding monthly block, and subtracting 1 isolate the exact monthly interest rate of 0.003674809, or approximately 0.367% per month. During the initial 6-month repayment holiday, no payment are made, but compounding interest causes the outstanding balance to grow. In cell D7, we calculate the accumulated debt at the end of month 6 using the compound interest future formula here. This formula establishes the new debt balance before regular amortizing repayment begin. It multiplies our principal 300,000 here in salary 3 by monthly growth factor 1 plus 0.036744809 here, raised to the 6th power in cell G5. Okay, so yielding an accumulated balance of 306675.7245 at month 6. Okay, so for question 1, cell D8, calculate the required standard monthly payment using Excel function PMT G4, G7, negative D7. The purpose of PMT is to determine the fixed installment needed to fully amortize a loan over a set number of period. Okay. The first argument, G4, input the monthly rate of 0.003674809. The second argument, G7 here, input 324 remaining repayment months. We use 324 months instead of 360 because the first 30 months consists of the 6-month holiday and a 30-month interest only period, meaning actual principal repayment is compressed into months 37 through 360. The third argument, negative D7 here, enter negative RM 30667.5.7245. So Excel output a positive payment of 1620.83 per month. Okay, so for question 1, 2, here, we built the schedule using 4 core columns to automate monthly accounting. Column 1 here, calculate the payment amount in cell C21 using a nested logical formula over here. This formula handles the loan tree structure piece B21 here, this one over here. Output 0 for the holiday. Okay, and then this one over here. Output E21 for interest only servicing, and month 37 onward trigger the MIN function. Comparing the RM 1620.83 here. Installment in cell D60 here. Okay, so with the remaining balance plus interest in G20 plus E21. Okay, so to safely cap the final payment, column 2 here, calculate interest paid in column 2, calculate the interest paid in cell E21 as G20 as this formula here, multiplying the previous balance by the log monthly rate. Column 3, calculate principal repaid in cell F21 here. As this formula, and column 4, update the outstanding loan balance in cell G21 here as our formula here. Okay, so for question 1.3, Amir and Sarah make an annual extra prepayment equal to 10% of their remaining balance starting in year 2. In cell D21 here, okay, we use this formula. Okay, the purpose of this formula is to determine timeline, eligibility, and payment size. The A and D here. Okay. Logic checks if the current year is year 2 or later, and then this one over here. And then this one over here. Okay, so and if it is month 1 or the annual cycle here. Okay, MOD B21 till 1 until 1 here. Okay, so triggering a 10% prepayment starting at month 13. The MIN function applies to the 10% capital cap while ensuring the extra payment never exceed the remaining payoff balance. This prepayment clears the debt much faster, fully paying off the loan at month 146 and reducing total tenure from 360 months down to 12 years and 2 months. Okay, so moving to question 2. Here. We evaluate two mutually exclusive 25-year investment option, Project Seri and Project Bakawali against a 4.5% target hurdle rate stored in cell C32 here. Okay. For Seri and cell hash and hash 32 for Bakawali. Okay, so in question 2.1, cell C30 here, calculate the internal rate of return for Project Seri using this formula here. The purpose of IRR is to identify the exact annualized return rate where net present value equals 0. Evaluating cash flow from year 1 to year 25 give an IRR of 9.18% for Project Seri and 9.64% for Project Bakawali in cell hash 30 here. Okay, so since both IRR exceed the 4.5 hurdle rate, both projects are financially viable. In question 2.2, cell C31 here. Okay, C31 here. Compute net present value using this formula. The purpose of NPV is to convert future cash flow into today's ringgit value at the 4.5% discount rate in cell C32. Okay, so Project Seri generate an NPV of 498,373.6392. Both positive NPV confirm value creation, but Project Seri create RM 12857.49 more in total net wealth. Okay. So to support the analysis, column D calculate individual discounted cash flow in cell D5. Using this formula over here, dividing raw cash flow by the discount factor for that year. In column E, cell E5, construct the cumulative discounted cash flow column using this formula over here. The SCANs, the scan function, generate a dynamic running total across the discounted cash flow array, ending at 498,373.6392 at year 25, which matches our total NPV exactly. Okay, so in question 2.3, cell C39 here, calculate the discounted payback period using this formula over here. The purpose of this formula is to calculate the precise time needed to recover initial outlay. This one counts 16 full negative years, and then this one, and then extract, and then this one here. extract the remaining deficit of 956.12 and this one here, extract year 17's discounted cash flow of 75012.76. Adding 16 to this fraction yields a discounted playback period of 16.16 years for Project Seri, while Project Bakawali achieve payback faster in 13.40 years instead. Okay, so okay. For question 2.4, we compare our metric. Project Seri has an IRR of Project Seri has an IRR of 9.184% and NPV of 498,373.6392 and a payback of 16.16 years, whereas Project Bakawali has an IRR of 9.637% and NPV of 485516.1509 and a payback of 13.40 years. We recommend that the corporation choose Project Seri when evaluating mutually exclusive project. Net present value is primary decision criterion because it measures absolute wealth added to the company. Even though Project Bakawali pays back faster and has slightly higher IRR, Project Seri is superior because it generate 857.49 more in total net value for a firm. Conclusion. For the conclusion, this conclude my presentation covering both the loan financial schedule and the corporate capital budgeting evaluation. Thank you very much for your time and attention.